Or failing that, if we get as far as the bedroom, I'll stab him with a bodkin. But for the moment, marry me in the morning. Oh, marry me when the sun comes up. Marry me tomorrow when the dew's still on the buttercup. Marry me tomorrow. Marry me now. Marry me, we'll merry be. Marry me, we'll merry be. But that wasn't good enough for the dwarf. No, Lord, not really. No, words is only words. They're not worth the paper they's written on. And you've not written it. We'll make a magic. Now, I plucks a hair from my chin, thick as a copper wire, and burning with its own fire, reflecting all about it, suns and moons and stars, and the fear in your eyes. With it, I'll bind your promises to me. And she thought, brown jug, you know it was brown jug. Oh, here it goes. Okay, just keep going. She thought, what did she say? She thought, ladders, mirrors, and all of that. She thought, I lost it. She thought, ladders and mirrors and all of that. Oh, lucky black cat, ladders and mirrors and all of that. Teacups and crystal balls, superstitious Tommy Rot. No, it's not. It's lucky black cat and that. Now, I plucked a hair from your head, thick as a a fine silken thread, finer than any lady spider could ever spin, and binding it about mine own, I bind your promises to me. But she thought, lucky black cat, and all of that, ladders and mirrors. Now, I bind the two together in a lover's knot, completing the ring. See, there's nothing within, and the whole universe without. How strong the ring must be to keep the universe at bay. Slip it upon your finger, you'll never get away. If I offers you my heart, don't treat me too unkindly. Though to you I've been cruel, I love you very blindly, and I'm not quite a fool. I know I'm old and ugly, and the people call me Yellow Dwarf. Slip my ring upon your finger, bound to me with promises. Now, my lady, do not linger. Go, lady, go. Don't ever leave me. Go, lady, go. Oh, please, don't leave me. Go, lady, go. Don't dare to leave me. And placing her on his large Spanish cat, he flew with her to the palace. Over the trees, over the hills, over great valleys and rivers, over cities, everywhere. I was run out of things to say, but I'm still flying. The princess woke as from a swoon, and from her bedroom window saw the moon. Oh, what a nightmare I've been having. How I hope that I forget it soon. Then on her finger she espied the ring of hair. Princess, remove me if you dare. The dwarf will have you for his lady fair. But surely there's some valiant knight who can protect her. Well, not quite. What? Fight a dwarf? What can you mean? One might as well go out attack a dream. For dwarves, though very small, have magic tricks which in a moment can transfix a man. A dwarf I know of, with well-chosen words, transformed an army to a flock of birds. And as for all those wealthy suitors, though they try with all their riches to buy your freedom, they'll not succeed. For dwarves can conjure fortunes out of air. The dwarf will have you for his lady fair. So marry him, married be. It will not be so bad, you'll see. It took some courage, but she dried her eyes, and to the great surprise of all who knew her, left the palace at sunrise and ran around amongst the orange trees until she found the dwarf king. And then she said, "Good dwarf, oh, marry me. Marry me, marry me, marry me in the morning. Marry me when the sun comes up. Marry me, marry me, marry me tomorrow when the dew's still on the buttercup. Marry me, marry me, marry me tomorrow. Marry me, marry me, marry me now. Marry me, marry me. We'll merry, merry, merry be. Marry me, we'll merry, merry be." And when she raised her eyes, how can I convince you? He'd become a handsome prince. There was no great explosion, no flash of blinding light. It was a natural happening. Well, not quite, but please believe me. As tiger lilies burst their buds, as dragonflies escape their larvae's armoured casing, so the young prince stepped from the wrinkled skin of Yellow Dwarf. He looked a little wet, perhaps, and quite brand new. But otherwise, he looked like me, or you, or you, or you. Yes, it's very nice to see you all the way from Birmingham. It's lovely to see you. Or you, or you, or even you. Hello, 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 hello. Yellow Dwarf.